there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the GSL Super Tournament, the Global Star League Super Tournament. This is... I am Moltrap. I'm here with Wolf. And we are halfway done casting ridiculous set of games.
Yeah, just remember, guys, we're only halfway done.
We're only halfway done. We still have Polt Prime versus LosirA.
Yep, that's what's coming up next.
Very interesting. We still got, of course, Huck, Liquid Huck.
Liquid Huck versus Hoso-san.
One of the foreign hopes. He's going to be facing against San later on.
Indeed he is. Now, Polt is a player who a lot of people think is kind of a weaker player. He hasn't shown us... He had a slump for a while, but he's back in Code S, if I remember correctly. And he's been doing better recently.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Like, people are like, oh, yeah, Polt, he's, like, kind of weak, you know. He's not, like, that good. He hasn't gotten far in GSL.
Yeah. The thing
he only has a 60% win rate. He only beat MC 2-0 in the group stages. He's only 60% against Zerg.
Moltrap with the stats.
No, I mean, like, he's a guy that, I'm just saying that, like, he's a guy that you don't expect, and then you look at him and you're like, oh, he's actually pretty good.
The thing about Polt is he's actually shown some embarrassing games in the past. I can't think of any specific examples, but he's had some embarrassing, especially TVTs. He's had some really embarrassing TVTs.
He's bad versus Terran is the thing.
And so people go, oh, he's pretty bad. Well, let's take a look at our players now. There he is, Polt Prime. He is currently in Code S. Has actually been in Code S every season. He went to the up and down matches, but was able to stay in.
Yep.
His win rate versus Zerg, as you can see on the screen, 33%. Not the best win rate, but he's still pretty solid.
Yeah, that's just his recent games.
Yeah.
Total in his career is actually 60% win rate against Zerg. And dude, 76% against Protoss. He's pretty good against Protoss.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So that is Polt. He has been around for a while.
There's a shot of him now. Looks kind of stressed, to be honest. Trying to calm himself down a little bit, I think.
Yep. Now, he actually, this is kind of interesting. He actually beat LosirA 2-1 in the Asia Champions Trophy Tournament last month. And he beat Xeno in that as well. Beat recent contender Cezanne. So he actually is like, like, off the top of my head, I wouldn't be like, oh, I think Polt's going to win. I'd be like, oh, yeah, LosirA's really good. But he's actually playing really well lately. In other tournaments.
Yeah, and LosirA, he's not one you can count off by any means either. He's actually shown us some incredible games recently. And he just kind of popped up the past few months. He just kind of popped up, and everyone talked about him a long time ago. They didn't really show any results. They qualified for Code A, then the Team League came out. Yeah. And now he's just been crushing nerds everywhere.
Yeah, he like you said, he was like kind of talked about, and then he came out and he got into Code A, and as soon as he got into Code A, he did not lose a match until SC beat him, finally, because he went all the way through Code A, beat Code A, and got all the way to the round of 8 of Code S without losing a single GSL match. So he just really did just like come out of nowhere and just start
bopping nerds.
Bopping nerds, that's right. With a Nerf bopper, of course. This one actually hurt him.
Sock and boppers, more fun than a pillow fight.
It's like the old SCA motto, you're here to kill your friends, not hurt them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
First map is going to be Xel'Naga Fortress, the new exploding Xel'Naga watchtower in the middle of the map. After, I think it's 8 minutes, blows up. I think that's pretty cool. Just 7 minutes?
Yeah, I think it's 7.
All right.
Yeah, and we're going to get underway here in just a moment. Very strong ZVT versus very strong TVZ. Who's going to come out on top here in the Super Tournament, Polt or LosirA? Let's find out here at the GSL.
Polt Prime win versus I am LosirA.
And here we have our Terran player beat Minchul MC on this map, if I remember correctly. Let's see if he can beat a strong Zerg player as well. He is.
Polt Prime win.
There's the man himself. And here is our Zerg contender. got himself some notoriety recently by owning Alicia.
I am
Here he is. LosirA. Didn't quite squeeze that intro in time. It's okay.
It's all right. No one's gonna judge you.
Yeah, man. He actually, you know, kind of changed a lot. Helped to change Zerg versus Protoss when that matchup was getting a little stagnant.
Oh,
and
look at this. Not to cut you off, but LosirA went for a 12 hatchery with double extractor trait cancel. Now, why, you might ask, would he do that? And I think the reason is he wants to spread that creep immediately to stop bunkering. I think that's what the plan is with that fast hatchery. Now, Polt, by the way, is doing 2 Maka Raxes really far away from his natural even. Can't even really wall off from there, so he wants to 2 Rax put on some heavy pressure. And I think this is almost like LosirA's way of saying, I know you're going to do this, Polt. I'm going to spread that creep immediately. You're not going to be able to bunker me.
That's interesting. Yeah, and is he getting down to pool as well?
He's about to start it. There it
pool
goes.
On 14 after that. So yeah, he's going to have relatively quick pool as well. Might be able to get a spine crawler down pretty quickly. Or yeah, spread that creep out so the bunker can't get near to the hatchery. It's actually pretty clever. However,
yeah, I think it's creative.
However, this SCV is going to find him first and will have an opportunity to get a bunker down.
Yeah, he's already sending the second SCV. Some Marines are rallied.
And
LosirA is going to send a drone out here just to check, make sure. Sending a few more drones now.
I wonder if he's going to put like a bunker next to that ledge in a clever spot or something like that.
Yeah, and look at that.
And more SCVs on the way, actually.
Oh.
He's sending like 6 SCVs with this.
This actually could be bad for LosirA. He does have a lot of drones ready.
Spawning pool pops up, and he does barely have a spot there. That is actually a beautiful position for that bunker. Is he going to be able to get a Marine behind that? He can hide his Marines behind that if he needs to. Spine Crawler forced to be canceled. LosirA is popping Zerglings right now, but he's in trouble.
Yeah, he's got a nice drone surround. Here comes some Zerglings. The Marines getting away. SCV's taking some serious damage. Here come a few more Marines in the bunker. It's almost finished. Targets down the SCV, though the bunker is not finished. And the Marines are getting surrounded now.
Oh, is he going to be able to get into the bunker? Oh, the Zergling's trying to surround. The bunker is almost complete. He's hugging the bunker with just a few hit points left. One Marine does get in there, but he may just have too much of a surround. And the bunker's going to die very quickly anyway.
Nice hold by
wow.
LosirA.
Now, how many drones did he end up with after that?
Let's check that drone count. 10 drones to 12 SCVs. A lot of SCVs were lost.
So he did lose a lot of drones,
but he kept the hatchery. He's got a lot of drone production. He should be okay. He wants to try to catch some of these Marines with the rest of his Zerglings. He made maybe a few too many Zerglings, but you got to be safe.
Yeah, and like you were saying before, those barracks are not in the best spot, so he's not even able to like wall off with them. He's going to be forced to fight.
In fact, taking some serious hits here from these Zerglings. Some nice micro now. A lot of these Marines in the low health though, and some more Zerglings running in.
Man, those Marines are so close to dead. He really needs to get them up behind the wall.
Polt starting his command center, moving his barracks back up into his main.
There you go.
Making that full wall off with the command center. So this game is pretty even.
Oh, wow. And Polt plants down 2 more racks. I guess he's getting his command center, so.
Well, we can't say for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like we saw SC do on Terminus.
Yeah.
We start cranking out some Marines. Oh, got one of our younger fans in the audience.
Look at that.
Some mice there. GG.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he puts on a lot more pressure after this. He still doesn't have gas, actually, so.
Yeah, it's like, it's really strange that he hasn't gotten gas yet. Normally at this time, you would already have the double gas, even if you go up to 4 barracks, you want to start getting stim out.
Yeah.
Getting those upgrades going. A little bit weird.
Well, he did lose a lot of SCVs, so he may just be focusing on making sure he's getting as much mineral intake as possible, getting out as many SCVs as possible.
And LosirA smells something up. He's got a ton of Zerglings out on the map. He made a lot more Zerglings rather than drones, so he isn't even really ahead in drones as much as he could be at this point. I think he just wants to keep Polt inside of his base.
Yep, he spots that bunker, so he probably suspects what's going on. Marines could be forced back up the ramp, and LosirA is going to lose a lot of Zerglings here.
Why is he doing that? I don't understand that choice at all.
Didn't even take out any Marines there. That was
really sloppy.
It's a bit silly. No speed yet. Speed isn't even on the way. So, in fact, he's just gotten his first gas up. Yeah, so he's going to have speed soon. But yeah, that was a little bit of a misstep by LosirA. Maybe he underestimated the amount of Marines at the top.
Yeah, I think so too. Or maybe he was just trying to catch him when they were down the ramp and he just went away to the macro or do an eject or something and just totally flopped it. Now, Polt does have those 4 brakes running. He's finally starting his double gases.
There he goes. And yeah, lots of Marines being put out here by those 4 racks. Maybe he was worried about counterattack bust, and so he made a lot of racks for that. But
now he's being aggressive in the middle map, which I like. And since LosirA does not have a big nest,
LosirA's just like,
he only has
crap.
one spine crawler too.
LosirA just said, oh crap, because he has one
16.
Zergling on the map. He's just producing 18
Yeah.
more, but they're not going to be up in time for this.
Yeah, if he loses the spine crawler, it's going to be really bad. He's not even going to have speed in time, so if he loses the spine crawler, he can just micro the Marines back against the Zerglings. LosirA is in trouble. Losing some Zerglings here as they pop out. Oh man, I don't know if he can hold this full trap.
He's trying to hold out to get a bunch of Zerglings out and speed. He corners the Marines in the corner, but that's actually a good spot for them and back behind the extractor. And LosirA has no response to this. Speed is almost complete. 20 Zerglings are on the way as well. He's going to have one chance with 20 more speed Zerglings to take this out. If he doesn't, he's going to lose the game.
I don't even know if he can hold this. I mean, he's going to lose so many drones here. Looks like the Marines are finally going to go down. Some more Speedlings coming out. And the Marines cleaning up all those Speedlings. He didn't even send his Speedlings immediately.
Ouch. Ouch. He lost almost every drone he sent into that attack. That's because all he had was drones.
He's forced to cancel that extra hatchery.
And Polt's not done yet, man.
And here's the thing. Yeah, Polt's not done yet, and he made so many Zerglings there at the end of that fight that he used a ton of his larva. Now he can't re-drone. He's got a ton of Zerglings that aren't going to be that useful.
Yeah.
He is going to run by, though, and counterattack Polt, but he does have a bunker.
He can't even afford to re-drone right now anyway with all this pressure.
Yeah.
More Marines coming in here. He's forced to produce. Well, he's actually not really producing much at the moment. Well, never mind. The side was cut off. He's producing a lot of Zerglings. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. There's a lot of Marines there.
And they're going to be in a great spot again, going back over here behind the minerals, making it so that LosirA cannot surround. Beautiful positioning on those Marines. Barely any Zerglings able to attack. And LosirA just not able to engage cost effectively here.
Wow.
Polt, I mean, he doesn't even need to micro at this point. His Marines are already in the optimal position.
Yeah, that was
armies
awesome.
again.
Trading off, he's going to lose all those Marines again. But again, mass Zerglings destroyed while he was producing SCVs, teching up. He's got Stim on the way, he's got Siege on the way.
Making a third command
he's
center.
getting another command center.
He's already started that tech lab on the factory. Wow, second factory,
at least he didn't lose the hatchery there, I guess. He's trying to drone up again. But I don't know why LosirA hasn't like made a Baneling nest or something.
Yeah, I mean, he just doesn't have the economy to support. He pulls drones off gas. Here
What
comes
is he doing?
Yeah, he just keeps throwing away those units. Oh, Bolt Trap, I don't know what LosirA
Yeah,
is
like
doing.
that first time he threw away like a dozen Zerglings running up that ramp with slow lings, and then surprise, surprise, didn't have any units for the counterattack. Now he's kind of doing the same thing. It's like donating some more Zerglings.
Yeah, Polt's, his siege mode's almost finished. He's got 2 factories producing siege tanks. So that means even if he gets a Baneling nest, which he's not mining gas right now because he needs to make as many drones as possible, he can't even afford to mine gas.
Yeah.
But even if he did have a Baneling nest, those tanks would just crush him. Polt's going to be able to take that third command center easily now.
And it looks like Polt is going to move across the map.
Stim almost done as well.
Yeah,
Siege and Stim going to finish.
He's going to have Siege and Stim, and it's going to rally some more tanks forward. Starport's almost complete, and
GG.
LosirA doesn't even let the battle happen. Leaves the game. And
Polt Prime taking game 1.
Wow, Polt Prime.
Some really good Marine control, Marine positioning. LosirA making some critical mistakes, though, in that game. Throwing away a lot of Zerglings, making a ton of Zerglings and throwing them away. It's okay if you make Zerglings, you control the map with them. But if you make a ton of Zerglings, you just kind of throw them away, don't really use them. That's drones you didn't make. Tough spot.
Yeah. This is, yeah, I mean, there's not too much more to say about that. LosirA just really lacking in his Zerg versus Terran. I'm looking at his history now, actually, and I didn't realize how bad of a time he's had against Terrans in the past. Of course, losing a little bit to Bomber, and actually, yeah, losing to SC, of course, recently 3-0 as well. Just has such a tough time against Terran players. Polt really, I think a lot of people were expecting LosirA to, because he did so well in GSL, to do well anyway, but just doesn't have the Terran apparently.
Yeah. Well, his coach is in there now talking to him, trying to calm him down, trying to give him some advice. I think he probably most likely telling him, you know, if you just didn't throw away those earlies, you would have been okay. Just try to, you know, calm down, focus a little bit more. Maybe he's actually telling him, you know, I'm sure the coach knows all the specific builds. He might be saying, okay, do this specific build. The map is Metalopolis.
Yep. Now, I was talking about how he hasn't had a lot of success against Terrence. He did actually beat Supernova in the Code A finals that he won, so he's capable of beating some top-level Terran players.
Definitely so.
He's capable of it, but he's going to need to pick it up for
Step
game
up his
2,
game.
man. He's going to need to step it up.
Check the floor, make sure there's no crabs under there pinching his toes. I don't know, he was looking on the floor for some reason.
Is there a reason why he would expect crabs to be pinching his toes?
I don't know, but he's checking for him. I can tell. You can see it. Look at his face. He's checking for crabs. He was.
Yeah,
He's got that crab checking face on.
That's how you check for crabs.
He looked like, no, it really did look like someone was grabbing his foot or something because he looked down on the floor really suddenly.
You flip your desk over and you look for triangles. Anyway, game 2 is about to start. It's going to be on Metalopolis. Is Polt going to be able to close out the series, or can LosirA tie it up? Let's find out here at the GSL.